Hey everyone, welcome to Don't Worry Wednesday, the show where we handle any issues or challenges you may be having. The question we're handling in this segment comes from Dark Crimson Wolf Jenn, and the question is, while I am still a freshman and I do keep wondering about others, there are just so many more people that I see that are younger and more talented. How do I find a way to find a place in the world as me?
Ah, yes, very interesting. Cool. That's a good one. Would you like to start, or would you like me to start off?
Go ahead, Ryan.
All right. You know, I can't remember. As strange as this is, I think I was gonna quote. I was gonna quote somebody, but I can't remember exactly how the quote goes. I only remember the concept of the quote, so maybe I just won't even worry about saying the person's name. Although, just because you're gonna be curious now, it was Bill Clinton of all people. Um, but anyways, I think modern culture, and this probably goes back a long time too, in many cultures, that if your place in the world is based on your abilities and talents and so on. Um, and while that is true in some ways, I think life is not just that dull. There's a lot more to life than that. There's always going to be someone better than you, no matter what it is. There's always going to be someone better than you, or someone that's going to be better than you within a couple of months, or, whatever. Even if you're like, you win the Olympics and you're the fastest runner in the world, I bet you there's someone who's faster than the guy who won the Olympics. He just didn't try out for the Olympics. Or, you know, or the fastest runner in the world doesn't even matter, because that's to define yourself based off of your talents is not really giving yourself the dignity that you deserve. There's more to you and life than just being talented or being the best at something. And so, yeah, there's going to be a lot of younger people who are better than you at a lot of different things. I'm not that great of an artist, and I know a lot of artists who are younger than me that are amazing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Or hey, even this. I mean, I write music, but there are people younger than me who write music faster than I do, who are better at mixing or mastering or coming up with melodies, who can play the piano and play anything they want on the piano immediately, hear something and just play it. There's all sorts of different facets of music, and people are better than me at. And younger people and older people are better than me in a lot of different ways. But that doesn't that's not something that I'm worried about. All I can do is what I can do. I was given everything I need in this world, all the talents that I'm supposed to have in order to do what I'm supposed to do. And yes, I can definitely improve in those, and I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to improve in my passions, improve in my talents, improve in the way I see the world and talk to people and write music and everything. These are all things I have to get better at and grow at. But it's not about being the best. Everything that we have is a gift, and we should be thankful for what we do have. We don't get to pick whether we are born with both arms or not, and so if you are, be thankful, because there are people who have less arms. And guess what? A lot of times, those people are the people that inspire us to try harder. The people that have it hard, the people that have the least amount of talent, usually if you watch a movie, those are the people that are like, yeah, that person's like me. And they're the person that we're rooting for, the underdog, the person that doesn't have the natural ability to just excel and exceed and do awesome. Those people inspire us. And those people oftentimes do the most for the world and in the world, because they have to struggle to get where they're going. And that struggle teaches them persistence. I think people who have it really easy don't have that sense of persistence because they didn't necessarily have to try. I've met a lot of people who are just naturally talented at things, and they might start a few songs, but they never finish. Or they might, they might do some amazing things. Like you hear about prodigies and stuff, like little kids that are like 3 years old playing the violin and playing amazingly. but you don't hear about them any more than that one news article. Like, where are they now? We don't know. We don't see them impacting the world. And that's not because, you know, they were born with because all of their talent was in their youth and now they're not very good anymore. It's just that there are things to be learned through the struggle of life. And we are all given what we need to have in order to do what we need to do in life. So, you know, life isn't all about talents. And those people who have it hard, because they don't see their own talents, they might think they have no talents. Trust me, you have everything you're supposed to have. So yeah, you just be you. Don't worry about being the best at something. That's not what determines whether you are important or not. You're important either way, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. You know, there are a few comments have come through from some of you guys on this question as well. Others may be better, but they do not have your still of doing stuff. Like I would imagine, you know, what you're talking about is this is Tef Bano. I hope I pronounced that right. But at any rate, I was going through an audio production course, and they were talking about how subjective sometimes this production is. Like you may listen to something and that somebody else has done, and you think, oh my gosh, they're so great, you know, and this and that, and but don't forget that part of your job is to bring something unique to the table. And just like this, you know, you have a way of doing things that nobody else has a way of, and that makes you unique.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, so it's really hard sometimes because we get caught in the trap of comparing ourselves to other people all the time. I mean, you know, our culture is so good at that. We get all these beautiful people in Hollywood paraded in front of us all the time, and we automatically compare ourselves to them and thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not that pretty, I'm not that cute, I'm not that skinny, I'm not that,
you totally are,
you know,
though.
Strong. What's that?
I said, oh, you totally are, though. You're so pretty.
But you know, each one of us is us, and there's nobody else like us. And there was a great story, because when you think of finding your place, I think all of us want some form of acceptance from others. You know, we always, when we talk about finding a place in the world, it's a place of acceptance from others. It's a place where we can feel at home, and others, you know, think we're cool, or others think we're all right, you know. And one of the things that you can do is, you know, Ryan was talking about some world record breakers and, you know, star athletes and different people that who have achieved great things. And, you know, you might remember some of those people go down in history, but where you can go down in history for an individual person is, how do you make
Uh-oh, your audio cut out. Or did mine? Joe, can't hear us. Oh, no! Broken. He was saying something so great, too. He was right in the middle of it. Joe! 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 We can't hear you, and you can't hear us. I said it's. Joe. Uh-oh. Apparently my audio is lame. Yes, it just did. Um, Nope. Nope. No audio yet. Yeah. Did you try turning it off and on again? I don't even know. Joe, can you even hear us? No, there's no response. Ryan, take over for now. Okay. I have no idea what you were saying though, Joe. I mean, I was on my edge of my seat, listening to what you had to say. So I can't just I can't take over for you. I don't know what you're gonna say.
Hey guys.
Hey, welcome back.
That was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, that was weird. It just happened out of nowhere.
Well, at first I thought it was my internet, or my audio, but I think it's the internet.
Oh,
because the video on the Zoom was all messed up too.
Oh man. So. Well, hopefully. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
you're in sync with what though? Because you couldn't hear what was going on.
Yeah. In sync with silence.
But my goodness, all of a sudden I see all these comments in the comment box and I see Ryan's hand.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
And
so you were in the middle of your
sugar
your thought process. Before
how far did I get?
Okay, yeah. Let me tell you. I don't remember the exact thing that you were saying before you cut out. Can anyone tell us what he was saying before he cut out? I think I can go to the
I'm gonna try
YouTube
something
page.
This
and
might
replay.
Help. This might help, guys. I have a problem.
I'm going to listen to his sentence where he cuts out. Oh, you're talking about this. Okay, so you're talking about people who achieved great things, like star athletes, and how they go down in history. And then the way that you can go down in history as an individual, it cut out there.
Oh my gosh, that was such an important point.
Yeah, that's hilarious, actually. It puts you on the edge of your seat. You're in the middle of a sentence because you say, how you go down in history as an individual person is how do you make, and it cuts out. And it's like, you gotta be kidding me. Like that's like we're missing the one word that actually connects this. Okay, so there you go.
Okay. Well, so here's the point. So you might remember people that go down in history that have achieved awesomely huge things, athletic victories, all that kind of stuff. But the way you go down in history for an individual person is if you can make them feel important. So if you can, when you're trying to find your place, a lot of times we want to feel accepted. A lot of times we want to feel, if we want to be accepted by other people, one of the best things we can do is accept others, to give acceptance to someone else. Proactively give that to someone, and two things will happen. First thing will happen is you will feel less self-conscious. So you will feel better about yourself and about the world around you. And the next thing is you have just more than likely 99 times out of 100, you will have gained a new friend, and somebody, you will make an impact in their life. And then that gives you a really special place in that person's heart, which is way more important than finding a special place in the world. You can find a special place in the hearts of the people around you. My goodness, there's nothing more rewarding than that, because then you're in a position where you can have an impact with these people and you can really, really help. And you will be held in such high esteem if you can give these people that food of acceptance that they crave. And I'll tell you, you'll just be amazed at what happens around you. Mm-hmm. So that was the point I was making.
Yeah, I see it so often. Usually it's not the case for everybody, but a lot of times people that are successful are the people that surround themselves with really awesome people. who are driven towards success, or, you know, who are uplifting, who are constantly lifting each other up and supporting each other when they fall. Those type of people usually get a lot farther in success in the world, because I mean, they're constantly growing from their relationships with each other, and they're always supporting each other. And if you can just be that support for somebody, that really helps you move forward in the world. Is as strange as it sounds, I think, you know, a lot of times we get this idea that kind of like, excuse me, there was some imagery that was given to me at one point, actually by a speaker on stage. If you put a bunch of crabs in a bucket, and, you know, like a bunch of crabs in a bucket, and it's too high for them to get out, they actually can get out if they work together. You just need to stack 3 of them and they'll get out. The problem is they'll never get out because of the way that the crab's mind is designed by nature. They constantly see the one on top and pull him down to get on top of him. And so I think a lot of people see culture this way. You know, we have to drag others down in order to get up on top. We have to be better than other people in order to be on top. But it's not about being better than anybody in order to get on top, or in order to have a place in the world or to be noticed. Actually, a lot of times, like in this scenario, if the crabs would just actually work together and support each other, as soon as one crab started to support the others, like, hey, I'll be on the bottom, you know, I'll help you guys out, they would start getting out, you know. And then who's the important crab, you know, of all of them that helps them all out? It's the crab that was the supportive one, not the one with the strongest legs or the one, you know, that had the biggest body. It's the one that decided to support. And that's true in this world too. You know, if you support others in their success, it'll bring you up with them. And you'll learn a lot from this scenario and start to grow in yourself and get success in however you want to use that as well, through your experiences and so on, by supporting that person. Even if they decide to betray you and don't even want to be your friend after you help them out, you know, you still learn a lot. And
absolutely.
You still, you know, yeah.
And you gain a lot of strength through that experience as well. You know, I remember reading a book where the guy had said, your value as a person, and it wasn't, not as a person, but your value, like in this was related to business,
like in your field.
Yes, that's perfect. Your value in the field, in your field, is based on how much more you give in service than what you get in payment. So the more you give in service above and beyond what you receive in payment, that's your true value. So if you just give enough to fulfill what you've been paid for, then your value is flat, like right there, you know, like at level 0 right there. But the more you give on top of that, the more you strive, and the more you strive to help your customer in this case, you know, your value in your field goes up by that level. So I mean, it was really interesting, and that makes you stronger, that makes you more confident, that makes you more able to handle things that are coming your way. It's quite an amazing thing as you start going down that path, because we don't think that way intuitively. You know, I've got 2 young boys, and you know, they're always talking about how things aren't fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. I know it's not fair. I tell them, get a helmet, because it's not going to be fair
ever.
You know,
it's good that it's not fair.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because then how else would you grow?
How would you, if everything was fair, how could you ever give more?
Yeah.
You know, how would there ever be a start to anything? I mean, the very fact that you exist, you did nothing to deserve that. You did nothing to earn it. You just exist. And if you had to do something in order to exist beforehand, then you wouldn't exist, because you can't, you will never be able to repay, you know, whoever brought you into existence. For bringing you into existence, because it's just, there's no equal to that, you know. And so it's wonderful that the life is not fair. I think a lot of times we see the negative side of that, but it's actually really, really awesome.
Yep.
That's why a lot of times I say, like, I don't believe in deserve. Obviously I do believe people should get what they deserve to a degree, but at the same time, yeah, along the same lines, it's really nice that we get way more than we deserve a lot of times. You know, we didn't work for so much that we have. We just have it. And everything is a gift, you know. We should use it as a gift and give it to others as well.
Yeah. Very well said.
You too.